In this tribute video, we honor the American legends who have passed away today and in recent days. Welcome back to Movie Newscast. These remarkable individuals made lasting contributions to their fields, and we sadly say goodbye to them. Our heartfelt condolences go out to their families and fans. As we remember their legacies, we invite you to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up if their lives or work have touched you in any way. Your gesture is a sign of respect and remembrance. America's Got Talent cheerleader 17 dies by suicide just weeks after earning a standing ovation on the show. Emily Gold had wowed the nation alongside the Los Osos High School dance team on America's Got Talent in August. Los Osos High School dancer and America's Got Talent contestant Emily Gold, 17, has died. On Friday, September 13, Gold was found dead by suicide at 11:52 p.m. The San Bernardino Coroner's Office confirms to People. In a statement shared with People, California Highway Patrol Public Information Officer Rodrigo Jimenez said that officers from the California Highway Patrol Rancho Cucamonga area responded to a pedestrian down in lanes. When the officers arrived, they located a female 17-year-old who was struck by at least one other vehicle in the carpool lane on eastbound 210, Jimenez said. The female did succumb to her injuries and was pronounced deceased at the scene. Police have asked anybody who saw what happened or has additional information to contact their investigator, Officer S. Gonzalez. People has reached out to Rancho Cucamonga Police Department, as well as representatives for America's Got Talent and Los Osos High School for comment. Hinton Battle, three-time Tony winner and original The Wiz actor, dies at 67. The Broadway star who played the Scarecrow died at Les Cedars-Sinai Medical Center on Tuesday following a lengthy illness. Hinton Battle, the Tony-winning performer who originated the role of the Scarecrow in Broadway's The Wiz, has died. He was 67. The actor died Tuesday morning at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles following a lengthy illness. In a statement, a rep told The Hollywood Reporter that his family has no plans to disclose his cause of death. Battle made his Broadway debut in the original production of Broadway's The Wiz, and then won 3 Tonys, all in the category of featured actor in a musical, for his work in Sophisticated Ladies, 1981, The Tap Dance Kid, 1984, and Miss Saigon, 1991. An double ACP Image Award winner, the actor, director, producer, and choreographer was also a SAG and Critics' Choice nominee, honored for his work as part of the ensemble of 2007's movie musical Dreamgirls. He was the recipient of the Midtown International Theater Festival Award and More Award. Chita Rivera, Broadway's first great triple threat, dies at 91. Chita Rivera, who appeared in more than 20 Broadway musicals over 6 decades, has died, according to her daughter, Lisa Mordaunt. The 3-time Tony Award-winning Broadway legend created indelible roles: Anita in West Side Story, Rose in Bye Bye Birdie, Velma Kelly in Chicago, and Aurora in Kiss of the Spider-Woman. She was 91. Rivera was everything Broadway was meant to be, says Lawrence Maslin, co-producer of the 2004 PBS series Broadway, The American Musical. She was spontaneous and compelling and talented as hell for decades and decades on Broadway. Once you saw her, you never forgot her. But her stardom never diminished, and the accolades flowed. She won several Tony Awards, including one for Lifetime Achievement, a Kennedy Center Honor, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Rivera didn't do much television or film. She was completely devoted to the stage, says Maslin. That's why they're called Broadway legends, he says. Hopefully you get to see them live, because you'll never get to see them in another form in quite the same way. Brian McConaughey dies. Emmy-winning writer for 70s comedy trifecta of SNL, SCTV, and National Lampoon was 81. Brian McConaughey, who was one of the chief contributors to the groundbreaking National Lampoon magazine, a writer on Saturday Night Live and SCTV, and also an actor in 7 Woody Allen films, has died, according to a statement from the American Bystander, which McConaughey founded in 1981. He was 81. McConaughey became a writer at National Lampoon by sending the magazine a series of badly drawn cartoons, the best or worst of which were published. He later became a writer for the publication, specializing in the absurdist pieces with titles like Amish in Space and parodies such as Guns and Sandwiches Magazine and Negligent Mother, a takeoff on women's magazines. He also penned Kit and Caboodle, a Tom and Jerry-esque comic with very real violence. The American Bystander's statement on his passing reads as follows: "It's with great sadness that we announce the death of our dear Brian McConaughey. In addition to being the founder of the American Bystander back in 1981, Brian was essential in its relaunch in 2015. Every day, on every page, he has been our North Star." Mia Farrow's sister, actress Tisa Farrow, dead at 72, she was the best of use. Mia shared the news that Tisa died unexpectedly Wednesday morning in a heartbreaking Instagram post. Theresa Tisa Farrow, an actress known for her roles in movies like Homer and Fingers, has died. She was 72 years old. Tisa's sister, fellow actress Mia Farrow, shared the sad news on Instagram Wednesday, posting a lengthy, heartfelt tribute alongside a throwback photo of her late sibling. "If there is a heaven, undoubtedly my beautiful sister Tisa is being welcomed there," began the Rosemary's Baby actress, 78. "She was the best of us. I have never met a more generous and loving person. She loved life and never complained. Ever." She died unexpectedly yesterday morning. Apparently in her sleep, Mia also wrote, "This is a hard time for all of us who admire and love her so deeply." In a repost of his mother's tribute, shared to his Instagram story on Thursday, Ronan Farrow wrote, "Miss you, Auntie Tisa." Lynn Marta, actress in Joe Kidd, Footloose, and Love, American Style, dies at 78. She also made multiple appearances on such shows as The FBI, Medical Center, Barnaby Jones, and notably Starsky and Hutch. Lynn Marta, the actress who appeared in films including Joe Kidd and Footloose, as a regular on Love, American Style, and as a guest star on dozens of other TV shows, has died. She was 78. Marta died Thursday in her Los Angeles home after a battle with cancer, her friend Chris St. Hilaire told The Hollywood Reporter. The New Jersey native also showed up on episodes of such Aaron Spelling-produced series as The Mod Squad, The Rookies, Starsky and Hutch, Charlie's Angels, Vega Dollar, and Matt Houston, and on Quinn Martin productions like The FBI, Dan August, Cannon, The Streets of San Francisco, Barnaby Jones, The Manhunter, and Carib. In July 1989, Marta was in her apartment a few feet down the hall from where young actress Rebecca Schaeffer was fatally shot by obsessed fan Robert John Bardo. Days of Our Lives fans got one more chance on Thursday to see Bill Hayes, the beloved actor who played Doug Williams, until his passing in January at the age of 98. The Peacock Sudsor featured Hayes' final scene with his real-life wife, Susan Seaforth Hayes, who plays Williams' wife, Susan. The two shared a poignant moment by looking back on their relationship and how Susan felt when she first laid eyes on Doug. "All the trials we had, all those misconnections. And then I finally won the gold ring. All your passionate kisses," she says to Doug. "Oh, you brought out the best in me," she adds. "You're never let anyone in this family down in this family, ever," Susan says. "You showed me the whole world, every continent. We saw the beauty of the earth." At the time of Hayes' death, executive producer Ken Corday said, "I have known Bill for most of my life, and he embodied the heart and soul of Days of Our Lives. Although we are grieving and will miss him, Bill's indelible legacy will live on in our hearts and the stories we tell, both on and off the screen." All My Children actor Alec Musser's cause of death revealed. Alec Musser, known for the ABC soap opera All My Children and the 2010 comedy film Grown Ups, died by suicide due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound, per the San Diego Medical Examiner's Office. He died at age 50 in his home in Del Mar, Calif. Musser's fiancée, Paige Press, last saw him the night of January 12. She found him dead the morning of January 13. Paramedics and law enforcement responded and confirmed Musser's death. On her Instagram story on January 13, Press wrote, "Rip to the love of my life. I will never stop loving you. My heart is so broken." Musser's Grown Ups co-stars Adam Sandler and Salma Hayek also paid tribute to Musser on Instagram. Joyce Randolph, Trixie on The Honeymooners, dies at 99. Joyce Randolph, who played Trixie Norton on the classic sitcom The Honeymooners and was the last surviving member of the cast, died Saturday in New York City. She was 99. Randolph was in hospice care at the time of her death and died of natural causes, her son Randy told TMZ. Randolph's character was married to Art Carney's Ed Norton on The Honeymooners. They were the neighbors of Ralph and Alice Cramden, played by Jackie Gleason and Audrey Meadows. Born Joyce Cyrola to a Finnish-American family in Detroit, she got her start in show business when she joined a touring production of Stage Door while working at a department store, then moved to New York where she acted in theater and on television in shows such as Buck Rogers. She is survived by a son, Randolph Richard Charles, from her marriage to Richard Lincoln Charles, who died in 1997. Port Charles actor David Gale, cause of death determined, mother speaks out against fentanyl epidemic. The Port Charles actor David Gale, who died last month at the age of 58, passed away from brain and heart complications following drug intoxication involving amphetamines, cocaine, ethanol, and fentanyl, and his mother is now speaking out about the dangers of pharmaceutical addiction and the fentanyl epidemic. The official cause of death is anoxic ischemic encephalopathy, a brain injury due to lack of blood flow, following resuscitation from cardiopulmonary arrest due to the drug intoxication. In addition to his mother, Gale is survived by son Guthier and sister Catherine Gale. The family asks for privacy at this time and requests that in lieu of flowers, donations to be made in Gale's name to the Partnership to End Addiction. "We are extremely touched by the outpouring of love from David's dedicated fans and colleagues," said his mother. "We are grateful for all the support received during this very difficult time." Gary Graham, star of Alien Nation, dies at 73. He also appeared in several Star Trek properties and in such films as Hardcore and All the Right Moves. Gary Graham, who starred as the human detective who partners with an extraterrestrial newcomer to solve crimes on the Fox sci-fi television franchise Alien Nation, has died. He was 73. Graham died Monday of cardiac arrest at a hospital in Spokane, Washington. His wife of nearly 25 years, Becky Graham, told The Hollywood Reporter. In the Star Trek universe, Graham played the Ocampan community leader Tanis on Star Trek. Voyager in 1995, recurred as Ambassador Soval, a Vulcan ambassador to Earth on Star Trek. Enterprise from 2001 to 5, and portrayed the First Officer Ragnar in Star Trek. Of Gods and Men, 2007, and Star Trek. Renegades from 2015 to 17. His first wife, actress Susan Lavelle, she played a newcomer named Usher on an episode of Alien Nation, posted about his death on Facebook. Herbert Cowboy Coward dies. Toothless Mountain Man of Deliverance was 85. Herbert Cowboy Coward, the sometime actor and pal of Burt Reynolds, who played one of the scary, sadistic mountain men in John Boorman's Deliverance, died Wednesday in a car crash in North Carolina. He was 85. His death, along with that of his girlfriend Bertha Brooks, 78, and their pet Chihuahua and squirrel, was announced by North Carolina State Highway Patrol officials. The crash occurred around 3:30 p.m. ET Wednesday on a U.S. Route 1923 in Haywood County. According to patrol officials, Coward's vehicle was struck by a pickup truck driven by a 16-year-old who was taken to a hospital for treatment. No charges have been filed. After deliverance, Coward went to work for BASF Factor in Asheville, NC, where he'd worked for 27 years. He briefly returned to acting for 2007's Ghost Town, the movie, and had a role in a 2013 episode of the TV series Hillbilly Blood. Tom Shales, Pulitzer Prize-winning Washington Post critic, dies at 79. Tom Shales, a Pulitzer Prize-winning television critic for the Washington Post, who spent nearly 40 years at the newspaper, has died. He was 79. He passed away on Saturday at a hospital in Fairfax County, Virginia, from complications due to coronavirus-19 and renal failure, his caretaker, Victor Herforth, told the Post. Shales began his decades-long career as the chief TV critic for the newspaper in 1977, after spending 5 years there as a writer for its style section. Over the course of his time there, he became known for his sharp commentary on television, stars, trends, network executives, and more. He worked as an entertainment editor at the DC Examiner in the late 60s and early 70s. After joining the Post as a style writer in 1972, he became the chief TV critic in 1977 and was appointed the newspaper's TV editor in 1979. Shales never got married and has no immediate survivors. Sarah Rice dies. Original Johanna in Broadway's first Sweeney Todd was 68. Sarah Rice, who performed the pivotal role of the endangered Johanna in the original Broadway production of Stephen Sondheim's Sweeney Todd. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street died Saturday of cancer. She was 68. Her death was announced in an Instagram post by her friend and fellow performer Rebecca Kane, who remembered Rice for her love of animals. May you be greeted by every animal you ever loved on the other side, and may green finch and linnet birds sing you to your rest, wrote Kane, referring to the Sweeney number Green Finch and Linnet Bird, performed by the Johanna character. A longtime resident of New York City, Rice noted on her website that she continued to live in her adopted hometown with the same piano that she played when she first arrived, and she always provided a home to beloved cats. Rice was married to her producer John Hiller, but complete survivor information was not immediately available. AEW star reacts after ex-WCW wrestler Ice Train suddenly passes away at 56. A certain AEW star has just expressed his condolences following the passing earlier today of Harold Hogue, known to many as former WCW wrestler Ice Train. The star in question would be former TNT champion Powerhouse Hobbs. Hogue was known as one half of Fire and Ice, a tag team he had with Scott Norton. They started teaming up in 1996 and were a tag team for almost a year. Ice Train would then have a single run for a year. He then departed WCW and returned in 2000 under a new persona. He was then known as M.I. Smooth. He would have one final run with the company for a year until the merger between them and WWF began. Smooth would retire shortly after. For one final night, he would make his wrestling in-ring return in 2019 European Wrestling Promotion, as he faced Dave Taylor. On Twitter, Powerhouse Hobbs had a short message for the former WCW wrestler. He offered his condolences and hoped he was at peace. Joel Sonier dies at age 77 after Texas concert. Generous musician never forgot his people. Grammy award-winning Cajun and country recording artist Joel Sonier died Saturday at the age of 77 while on tour in Texas. The Louisiana legend had just completed a Saturday night show at the Llano Country Opry in Llano, Texas, and suffered a major heart attack shortly after his performance. According to Texas country music promoter Tracy Pitcox, Sonier ended his show with "Tear-Stained Letter" and received a standing ovation. I asked him to do Jambalaya as an encore. He performed a rousing rendition of that classic, Pit Cox wrote on social media. Joel mentioned that he needed to rest for just a few minutes before signing autographs. Unfortunately, he suffered cardiac arrest and was air-flighted to Austin, where he was pronounced deceased. It is never easy to lose a legend, but he truly spent his final day doing what he loved, entertaining his fans with his loving wife, Bobby, by his side. He was always proud of his French heritage, Houvel said. Don Murray dies. Bus stop. Knots Landing actor was 94. Don Murray, who rose to fame co-starring with Marilyn Monroe in 1956 of Bus Stop, and enjoyed a prolific career that stretched into the 21st century with Twin Peaks. The Return in 2017 has died. He was 94. His death was announced by his son Christopher to the New York Times. No additional details were provided. Murray was Oscar-nominated for his debut performance as Beauregard Bodecker, the love-struck cowboy who falls for Monroe's saloon singer Cherry in Joshua Logan's Bus Stop, an adaptation of the William Inge play. A conscientious objector during the Korean War who fulfilled his service obligation by working in German and Italian refugee camps, Murray became known for building an acting career in what were once called message movies, films with socially responsible themes. In Fred Zinman's A Hatful of Rain, 1957, he played a morphine-addicted war veteran, and in 1962 starred as a closeted and blackmailed gay senator in Otto Preminger's Advise and Consent. His first of two marriages was to Hope Lange, who had co-starred with Murray and Monroe in Bus Stop. He later married actress Elizabeth Johnson. Information on survivors was not immediately available. Late actor Carl Weathers, remembered by co-stars from Stallone to Sandler before his Hollywood Walk of Fame star ceremony. Carl Weathers was an unknown actor on a cattle call audition for a movie when he was introduced to the screenwriter, also a struggling nobody, and was told to do the scene with him. The writer mumbled his way through the lines, and afterwards Weathers, nervous that he blew his shot, blurted out, "If you get me a real actor, I could do a lot better." Turns out the writer was the actor. But fortunately, Sylvester Stallone was not insulted, and Weathers got the role of Apollo Creed, changing movie history and his life forever. It was also a shock, especially since he was so vibrant and busy. One thing that Kludgeon is glad about is that the night before Weathers died, they had a conversation about his receiving the Walk of Fame star. Carl was someone who liked to stay even-keeled, she says. But he was genuinely over the moon about this honor. Henry Fambrough, member of Motown group The Spinners, dies at 85. The Spinners' Henry Fambrough, whose rich baritone and charismatic stage presence helped lead the R&B/soul group to musical heights, died Wednesday of natural causes. He was 85. Fambrough was the last surviving member of the Spinners' founding lineup, and he was on hand in November for the group's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in New York. Fambrough and the Detroit-based group were also honored in a series of hometown events last May, including a celebratory weekend at the Motown Museum. Fambrough is survived by his wife, Norma Fambrough, daughter Heather Williams, son-in-law Ronald, and a sister, Martha. Marlena Shaw, California soul singer, dies at 81. Marlena Shaw, the soul and jazz vocalist known for her hits California Soul and Woman of the Ghetto, has died. She was 81. Shaw's daughter, Marla Bradshaw, shared the news Friday in a video posted on Facebook. A cause of death was not revealed. "It's with a very heavy heart for myself and my family I announce that our beloved mother, your beloved icon and artist Marlena Shaw, has passed away today at 12:03, Bradshaw said in the video. "She was peaceful. We were at peace." Matt LeBlanc, best known as Joey from Friends, recently reemerged in the public eye at 57, revealing a dramatic transformation. After years away from Hollywood, his latest appearance left fans stunned, sparking a wave of polarizing reactions online. Matt LeBlanc's portrayal of Joey Tribbiani on Friends made him a household name, beloved for his comedic timing, charming looks, and unforgettable catchphrases. But after the show ended, LeBlanc slowly faded from the public eye. Take a look at his journey and transformation over the years, from playing the charming Joey Tribbiani and navigating what he called the darkest period of his life to his recent rare outing that left some social media users worried about him. LeBlanc shot to stardom in the mid-90s with his portrayal of Joey Tribbiani on the iconic sitcom Friends. The show, which premiered in 1994, quickly became a cultural phenomenon, capturing the hearts of millions around the world. LeBlanc's character, Joey, was a struggling actor with a lovable personality, known for his comedic timing, dim-witted yet endearing nature, and his famous catchphrase, "How you doin'?" Joey was the ultimate ladies' man, combining good looks with an innocent charm that made him a fan favorite from the get-go. With his chiseled jawline, thick dark hair, and a smile that could light up the room, LeBlanc's good looks became a significant part of his on-screen persona. Fans were drawn to the actor's effortless charm and the boyish innocence that made Joey both relatable and irresistible. In 2024, LeBlanc was spotted out and about, marking his first public appearance after a long absence from the spotlight. However, the actor appeared noticeably different. LeBlanc's hair, now significantly more silver, reflected the natural progression of time, and his beard also carried the distinguished look of age. The actor was seen with a fuller figure, a stark contrast to his leaner days as Joey Tribbiani. LeBlanc's recent appearance quickly sparked a flurry of reactions online, with fans and commenters divided in their opinions. Matt LeBlanc's journey from the charming Joey Tribbiani to his recent return to the public eye reflects a life marked by immense highs, personal struggles, and a desire for privacy. While his recent appearance sparked mixed reactions, it serves as a reminder of the natural passage of time and the enduring impact of his work.